Hi there, and welcome to the Celeb Tea, the rise and transformation of Scheana Shay, from reality starlet to Survivor Scheana Shay. Scheana Shay was once the sparkling heart of Vanderpump Rules, the bubbly, ambitious waitress chasing dreams of fame, friendship, and love under the neon glow of West Hollywood. With her radiant smile, endless optimism, and undeniable charm, she quickly became a fan favorite. But as the seasons unfolded, the fantasy began to unravel. What started as a fairy tale journey soon turned into a complex web of betrayal, heartbreak, and public humiliation. The same fame that elevated her also became the very force that fractured her. This is the story of Scheana Shay's turbulent journey, a cautionary tale of how the seductive glare of reality television can expose the deepest cracks beneath even the brightest smiles. Before her name became synonymous with Bravo fame and Vanderpump Rules drama, Scheana Marie Shay was simply a California girl with big dreams. Born on May 7, 1985 in West Covina, she grew up in a supportive, middle-class household. From an early age, she displayed a flair for performance, singing, cheerleading, and acting her way through school events and local productions. After earning a degree in broadcast journalism from Azusa Pacific University, Scheana decided to follow her passion for entertainment. She landed small roles on popular television shows like Greek, Victorious, and 90210. But to make ends meet, she also took a job as a cocktail waitress at Lisa Vanderpump's iconic restaurant, Sir, a decision that would later change her life forever. Before Vanderpump Rules ever aired, Scheana's name hit the tabloids for a scandal that would unknowingly set the stage for her future. She was linked to actor Eddie Cibrian, who was married to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Brandi Glanville at the time. Scheana later claimed she had no idea he was married when their relationship began, insisting Eddie told her he was separated. By the time she found out the truth, her name was already splashed across headlines. Instead of destroying her reputation, the controversy ironically opened new doors. When Bravo began casting Vanderpump Rules in 2012, producers saw a ready-made story: a young, ambitious woman with Hollywood ties, a messy past, and a thirst for redemption. It was the perfect setup for television, and Scheana embraced it wholeheartedly. Her time on the show quickly defined her dual nature: the sweet, hardworking dreamer and the reality TV star fighting to stay relevant in a cutthroat environment. As much as she was adored for her authenticity, she was also criticized for her vulnerability and desire for love. From the beginning, Scheana was unfiltered about her personal life. Her relationships, heartbreaks, and emotional struggles became recurring storylines throughout the series. After her painful fallout from the Eddie Cibrian scandal, Scheana turned her focus toward building a stable, lasting relationship. In 2014, she married Michael Shay, her longtime boyfriend and high school sweetheart. Their wedding, captured beautifully for Bravo cameras, seemed like a picture-perfect ending, complete with Lisa Vanderpump officiating and her SUR co-stars standing as bridesmaids. To fans, it looked like a fairy tale. Behind the scenes, however, reality was far less glamorous. Michael battled substance abuse, and Scheana later revealed that she had spent much of their marriage trying to help him through addiction and depression. By 2016, the emotional toll had become too much to bear, and the couple divorced. The dissolution of their marriage unfolded on camera, forcing Scheana to grieve publicly while maintaining her composure for the show. Fans sympathized deeply with her pain, but the cameras never stopped rolling, turning her private heartbreak into another piece of entertainment. Despite the public setbacks, Scheana continued to chase love and fulfillment. In 2019, she met Brock Davies, an Australian personal trainer and former rugby player. Their connection was instant, and Scheana's story began to take a new direction. Though fans and castmates initially questioned Brock's past, particularly his estranged relationship with two children from a previous marriage, Scheana chose to stand by him. In 2021, she and Brock welcomed their first child, a daughter named Summer Moon Honey Davies. The moment was deeply emotional for Scheana, who had previously suffered a miscarriage. Motherhood brought a profound shift in her priorities and public image. Her social media evolved from red carpet selfies to heartfelt posts about parenting, mental health, and gratitude. For the first time in years, Scheana seemed truly at peace. That same year, Scheana and Brock tied the knot in a stunning tropical ceremony in Cancun, Mexico. Surrounded by family, friends, and familiar faces from Vanderpump Rules, the celebration symbolized a new beginning. Fans rejoiced to see Scheana radiating genuine happiness, though critics remained skeptical of Brock's past. Scheana, however, stood firm, unapologetic, and fiercely protective of her new family. She embraced motherhood not as a retreat from fame, but as a new chapter of empowerment. Her online presence became softer and more grounded. Instead of chasing drama, she focused on balance between her career, her mental health, and her daughter. In the unpredictable world of reality TV, that kind of growth was rare, and fans noticed. Still, the cameras never truly stopped in Scheana's life, and controversies continued to find her. While she avoided legal scandals, she was no stranger to emotional and social conflicts, many of which were amplified by reality TV editing or online speculation. The first major controversy, the Eddie Cibrian affair, continued to cast a long shadow. Though Scheana insisted she hadn't known about his marriage, the label of homewrecker stuck for years. Ironically, Brandi Glanville's later appearance on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills would tie their names together once more, forever intertwining Scheana with Bravo history. On Vanderpump Rules, Scheana was often portrayed as needy or attention-seeking, her emotional moments exaggerated through editing. She later admitted how deeply those portrayals affected her, claiming that producers often emphasized her vulnerability to fit a storyline. As Scheana matured both personally and professionally, she began reclaiming her narrative. She no longer allowed producers or tabloids to define who she was. Her relationships with castmates, however, often kept her at the center of the drama. Once close friends with Ariana Madix, Scheana found herself drawn into the chaos of the 2023 Scandival scandal, Tom Sandoval's affair with Raquel Leviss. Though she supported Ariana through the ordeal, rumors spread that Scheana had physically assaulted Raquel after learning of the betrayal. Raquel obtained a temporary restraining order against her, but Scheana denied the allegations, calling it a misunderstanding. The order was later dismissed, yet the damage to her public image was done. Despite the controversy, Scheana handled the situation with a newfound calmness, focusing on her family and mental health. But just as the storm began to settle, another shock hit. News broke that her husband, Brock Davies, had cheated on her while she was pregnant. In her forthcoming memoir, My Good Side, Scheana revealed that Brock confessed to the affair in 2023, during one of the most vulnerable times of her life. The revelation was devastating, but rather than retreat into silence, Scheana confronted it head-on. She acknowledged her pain, spoke openly about forgiveness, and focused on protecting her daughter from the emotional fallout. Through all the heartbreak and scrutiny, Scheana found strength in transparency. She used her podcast, Shenanigans, as an outlet for self-reflection, discussing everything from postpartum struggles to anxiety and self-worth. Her openness resonated deeply with fans, especially women who saw themselves in her imperfections. Over time, Scheana transitioned from being labeled a boy-crazy waitress to a resilient woman who refused to let public judgment define her. She diversified her career, releasing music, building her podcast brand, and collaborating with lifestyle and beauty companies. She proved that staying relevant didn't require constant drama, but rather consistency and authenticity. By 2025, Scheana Shay had evolved into one of reality television's most enduring survivors. Her story, once written by tabloids, became her own. Fame had tested her, heartbreak had humbled her, but motherhood and self-awareness had transformed her. Her so-called downfall was never truly a fall, it was growth. The girl who once sought validation from the spotlight had learned to create her own light, steady, honest, and undeniably strong.